Hey, how's it going? Big Yumbo here. Today I'm just going to talk about how my sales have been and what I'm doing to generate those sales. So my sales for the last 31 days are $14,021. For the last 7 days, $3,000. For the week before that, it was over $4,000 in sales, which is a record for me. You can probably see a big spike there on the chart. You can see that in the last 30 days, I've sold 628 items, which is about 21 per day on average, which pretty good. That's a record for me for doing it 30 days in a row. Net sales, so after fees and everything, $8,000. And over the last month, I think I've spent about $1,500 on inventory according to my GoDaddy. So that's like, $6,500 in profit for the month, which is pretty good. My average sales price per item, this is including the shipping, is $22.33 about. I don't know what you're seeing on the screen, but it should be pretty close. And these are the type of things that I am selling to do that. All right, so Untucked shirts, you've definitely heard of them. They went on like a little decline over the last 6 months, but over the last month or so, almost every one that I look up is over 100% sell-through rate in that size and style. So here we have one that I sold for $20 plus shipping, and you can pretty consistently get that every time you find one, as long as it's not like a size small or something. Sold a Smart Wool 100% merino wool base layer shirt. If it has no holes, which they always have holes, it's an easy $20 to $30. If it doesn't have holes, then you can get like 30 to 60 depending on the item. Kind of a bread and butter thing because I always find it with holes. And that was a Ben's find. I think both of those were Ben's finds. This was not a Ben's find. I paid $7.50 for a Columbia PFG Aruba roll-up pant, hiking, fishing, women's. The sold comps on this actual model of pants were pretty bad, but I just had a feeling, which you shouldn't do. But I think that I've been selling enough items to start trusting my feeling. Sold them for $25 plus shipping, and they were new at the tags. That was what my main feeling was. This I got for $5 at the regular thrift. Louis Garneau padded cycling bib shorts. They sold for $20 plus shipping. I think I had them listed at like 25 or 28. Somebody sent an offer, and it only took a couple days. We got a pair of Athleta Trekkie Bermuda shorts. Stretch, ripstop. Yeah, I love Athleta. It's like my favorite women's brand. I think it is my favorite women's brand just because I find it more than Lulu. I'd rather find Lulu, but Athleta is pretty good to me. Golf shirts are going crazy right now. If you can price them around $19.88 plus shipping and just accept reasonable offers, especially like Under Armour and Nike and FootJoy, those are the three main ones. Adidas sucks. Don't even really bother with Adidas unless you find it at the bins and it's like a really modern style. But the Under Armour ones in larger sizes, I can pretty consistently get $18 after they've already taken 20% off, and that's what I did in this case. And this one was a 3XL, so it sold super fast. Sold a Fox Racing mountain bike jersey. The ones with zippers on the front with pockets on the back are usually mountain bike jerseys, and if they're like a slimmer fit, it'll be like a road bike jersey. And the ones with the V-neck, those are with longer sleeves, with 3/4 sleeves, those are the motocross jerseys. And they all sell really well. This one sold for $22 plus $5.99 shipping. A pair of Tommy Bahama elastic waist cargo shorts. I actually paid way up on these because I looked at the sell-through rate and it was super high on this size, and it only took like a day or two to sell. I think I paid $7.50 for them at Eco Thrift, and they sold immediately for $20 plus shipping. Their elastic waist cargo pants, I think, are the highest sell-through rate out of all their different types of shorts. But I also like selling the linen shorts and the silk shorts. And I actually found a pair of seersucker shorts the other day, which I haven't sold yet, but anyways. Sold a vintage Chico State University sweatsuit. It was dated 1983 on it. This was a total pain in the ass to list. I would do it again only because I got $50 plus the shipping. It did take, I think, maybe a month or two to sell, but it had like pilling all over it. It was not in great condition. I think I got that at Mary's thrift store for like $1 for each piece. So good flip. For $28.70 plus shipping, we sold a pair of Miss Me signature jean shorts. You know, you can see they've got the embroidery all over the butt. I always pick these up at the thrift. I even pay maybe up to $10 for their jean shorts. The jean shorts are their best Miss Me item in my opinion. I don't know why the photo is so bad on this one. It looks like a painting, my cover photo here, but a pair of Jaxley hippie drawstring cargo pants. women's size XL. Any pants that sell or that I find in this kind of style, especially at the bins, I'm going to look up. You can see by the tag, it's kind of an interesting hippie thing. So I use keywords like hippie, boho, that type of thing. And this sold for $28.70 plus $8 shipping. I think these took about a month to sell. This took maybe 2 months to sell. It's a vintage the company's called SDI, which there's not a lot of history. There's not a lot of sold, not a lot of listeds. But I think I priced it at like $35, and somebody sent an offer of $26.30 plus $8.30 shipping, and it flipped. And the reason it flipped is because of the style, basically, and that's also why I picked it up. I think it was a bins find. Sold these pair of Prana jeans for kind of cheap because they had puckering by the crotch, but we still got $20 plus $8.30 shipping, and they sold like immediately. Sold some Vuori ripstop pants. I paid $15 for these at Eco Thrift. I just knew they would sell. I actually sold 2 pairs of these that I picked up, both of them for $15. So I had $30 into it. These ones I sold for $43.03 plus $7.50 shipping. This company here, Hanano Tahiti, is like, it's like the new Dahui. Dahui is horrible now. Last summer Dahui sold great. It sold for like $15 plus shipping, like that. But now it's like you can't even get rid of them for $5. Hanino Tahiti has a high sell-through rate. And these ones I flipped for $22.71 plus shipping, and it only took like a week. And that's what the little logo looks like there. Been selling a ton of golf pants. Just same with the polo shirts. You want to look for Nike, Under Armour, FootJoy. These ones flipped really fast for $20 plus shipping. I think it was a bins find. I can't promise you, but I would pay probably up to $10 for golf pants in any of those brands right now. Anything you see with this carpet background, I think I switched to that like 2 months ago. So anything you see with that flipped within 2 months, if I can't remember the exact date. This I paid $5 for at the thrift store. Gary's like one of the worst outdoor companies, or maybe it's Jerry. Flipped for $14.59 really fast though, because it was new with the tags. This company is kind of a bolo, but you want to be careful with it. The company's called Workwear, and you want to look for their flame resistant stuff. I found a ton of it, maybe 15 items up in Placerville at a thrift store. It was all fire resistant and it had the tags on it. They're made out of Kevlar, which you can't use in the title. And also their flame resistant material, I don't remember what it was called, but it had a little copyright sign next to it. So anytime you see something that has a copyright sign next to the material, I think spandex actually does, but you're fine with spandex, but a lot of materials will have that. And if it's one you haven't heard before and they're really branding it hard on the item, maybe don't put it in the title, because that company might come after you. Like Velcro has the little thing next to it, and you don't want to put Velcro in the title. But anyways, with the work rate stuff, there's not that many sold and not that many listed, but if you look up your specific size that you find, it may have a good sell-through rate or good prices. I paid $7 for this one, maybe $6.99 at a Goodwill, and it flipped for $20 plus shipping. All the suits at my Goodwill, like the jackets, are like priced super cheap. So I've been looking through them more and more lately. This one was only $6 at a Goodwill. It's vintage Christian Dior, which I was super excited when I found it, but when I looked up the sold comps, they were not that great. Plus, I'm not that great at selling like suit jackets and stuff. But this one still flipped for $31.90 plus shipping. It probably took a month. Paying $6 for it, still a good deal. Sun Mountain, this is like a golf company, I guess. This I thought I was gonna get like $35 for, but it had some damage to the waterproof lining. Whenever you find something that's advertised as waterproof, you want to like look inside at the lining or the tape on the pockets. Sometimes it'll be peeling up. So I sent out an offer of $22.30 and they accepted it. Lucky brand, Venice Burnout. It's a decent line of Lucky. It's one of their better ones for just like the basic pieces. Like this is just a Henley shirt, and it flipped really, really fast for $15 plus $5.99 shipping. So they paid like $21 for it, which is really good for just a basic t-shirt like this. You can see the logo looks like that. Pair of Volcom Surf and Turf shorts sold. These were really good last year as well. I think they're kind of becoming good again. It's weird. Sometimes I'll list them and they just literally won't sell. But other times I'll list them and they'll sell the same day, which is what happened with these ones. Had them listed. I've been pricing them high as well. I've been trying to price everything higher than I was 2 months ago, just because I'm selling so much. I figure I wouldn't mind selling a little bit less and just getting a little more per item. So I priced these ones at 25 bucks and they sold for $19.90 plus shipping, which is on the high end of what you can get for these. At the bins, I've been picking up pretty much any like UPF, what do they call them? Rash guard that I find. And here's one that I found at the bins, so I paid like less than $1 for it. Rash guards are super lightweight. It's Rip Curl, men's XXL, and it sold for about 15 bucks plus shipping pretty quickly. Sold a Pearl Izumi Pro Series cycling bib shorts for $29.50. Anytime you find these, you want to put the words padded in there, cycling also. Sometimes it's tricky to tell if they're men's or women's. Usually I will look at the padding in the crotch. Like if it's a men's, a lot of times it'll be blue. If it's a women's, it'll be red. Sometimes you'll get lucky and it'll say it on the tag, which I think it might have on this one. But it's pretty safe to get around $30 to $40 for these if it's a good company. Louis Garneau kind of sucks now. It was really good last year and it's not as good anymore. Pearl Izumi's pretty safe still. Same with Specialized. Sometimes you can even find Ibex stuff where it's made out of wool. If they're shorts like this, they're called padded bib shorts. If they're longer, like they go down to the ankle, those are called padded bib tights. Also, there's two types of different fits. Oh, no, sorry, not for these. But for the jerseys, there's two types of different fits that you want to be aware of. There's a race fit and there's a club fit. The club fit is baggier. The race fit is tighter. Sometimes you can tell by the measurements, or it'll say, when you look at the style tag, it'll say race or club. Anyways, those are some questions you might get about those. Next item, sold a vintage Nike center check ringer tee. It's a ringer tee if it has like the ring around the neck and the sleeves. It was made in USA, so it's vintage. I pick up pretty much all vintage made in USA Nike I find. This one I found at the bins, obviously, because they would never put this out at the thrift because it has stains all over it and like rips around the collar. Still flipped for 15 bucks plus shipping, and I'm totally happy with that. Overalls do really well. I like some of them for Carhartt, Dickies, and I guess Ralph Lauren Chaps even sells for overalls. These ones I picked up for 10 bucks at, well, it doesn't matter. Picked them up for 10 bucks and they flipped for 40 plus $8.30 shipping really quickly. Found some more Athleta. I usually find Athleta at Goodwill. There's like so much at Goodwill. So I probably paid around $5.99, $4.99 for these. They flipped for 20 plus $7.50 shipping really quickly. These ones said the style name right on the back of the waist, so it makes it really easy to look it up. Sold an Eaton contemporary polo shirt. Contemporary, it says that on the tag. I didn't add that in there for fun. This one flipped for $27.90 plus $5.99 shipping, which is pretty good. If you find their new stuff, it'll sell for a lot more. This is a Bolo company. It's called Trip NYC. I found their jeans before. They were just some like basic black jeans, and I paid like $7.50 and flipped them for maybe $35 pretty quickly. This little pea coat thing, it's like not very good condition. It almost looks like a chef's coat, and it's like a thin cotton. It felt really cheap. Still flipped for $31.90. I used keywords goth, early 2000s, Y2K, Hot Topic is when, and yeah, I just think it's like goth, emo clothes. I used emo in the title, and it flips really well. That's what the logo looks like. Sold a Lucky Brand Pearl Snap Western shirt, and it was made out of linen, which is, so when I'm in the bins, I'm pretty much looking at anything linen. I can find linen with my eyes closed. So if it's linen, I have my little pulley cart. I've got two piles. Things that I'm going to look up and things that I know are good. Linen is one of the things. Anytime I find it, any brand, I throw it in the lookup pile. Because even crappy brands, or Lucky isn't crappy, but it's not amazing. I'll throw it in the lookup pile. This one flipped for $23.10. Really, really fast. I think it was like maybe one day. I think I had it listed at like 28 bucks. But yeah. Here's a pair of cool women's pants. If it's got little roll tabs on the legs, you can call it roll up. I looked up the actual style code, so I was able to find the color Cole and the name, the Free Flex roll up pant, and they flipped for $31.90 that way. It's a lot harder to sell cool. You're not going to get as much if you don't have the exact style. And this one was actually still on the website. Like if you find the older ones and they don't show up on the website when you Google them, you don't get as much. But if they're still on the website, and this goes for like every brand, you can usually get maybe, I don't know, half of what they're originally listed for on the website. Pel. Pel's an interesting brand. The sell-through rate usually isn't very good. I don't remember what it is for these, but this was a bins find. I think I found two pairs of Pel jeans there. They flipped in maybe a month or two for $21.50 plus shipping. But like sometimes you can find their like Hawaiian shirts and stuff like that, and it'll flip for like 40 bucks. And if you can find their leather jackets, not Pel Studio. You'll see Pel Studio a lot. It's not associated with Pel. But Pel leather jackets you can sometimes get like $100 for. This is a bolo here. The company's called Pistol Lake. I found 3 of these in different styles in the thrift, like back to back. One of them I paid like $3.50 for, another paid $7 for, another I paid $10 for. But this one sold super quick for $36.70. So whatever I paid for it, it was still a good flip. And like it sold in like one day. Here's some Abercrombie that, this style of Abercrombie, I should say, is exactly what you're looking for when it comes to finding Abercrombie. And you mainly only want to buy it in the bins. So I paid like probably $2 for this. It's just a pullover like Henley sweater, mock neck. It was kind of thick. It says muscle on the tag. Yeah, and this type of like kind of preppy, I don't know, maybe I could see someone who lives in like Boston wearing this. This is the kind of Abercrombie that you're looking for. And that's all I have to say about that. Well, this is the other type of Abercrombie that you're looking for. These pants I flipped for $80 plus shipping really quickly, and they're like super distressed. They had stains on them, rips on the back of the ankles. Still flipped for $80 really fast. It's called the Adirondacks line. It's basically Abercrombie that's like mimicking military clothes. I think you call them fatigues. I didn't use that word in the title, but if you have room for it, you can call them fatigues. Yeah, and these ones flip for $80. Mammut. This is a underrated or under-mentioned clothing brand. They make stuff similar to like Patagonia. It's just basically outdoor clothing. This I found in the bins. Flipped for $25 plus $5.99 shipping. I had it listed at like $35. I kept getting so many offers for $25 that I just eventually accepted one. Yeah, Mammoth, and the logo for it is like a little, what do you call those old-fashioned elephants, the extinct ones? A mammoth, mammoth. The territory ahead does not have a good sell-through rate on like any of their stuff, but I still pick it up because you can get decent prices for it, and it all does sell eventually. These shorts, I actually have the exact same. This is a pair of pants, sorry. I have these in the shorts version. You may have seen me wearing them before. My favorite shorts in the world. And I found the pants version in the thrift. Paid $7.50 for them because I was so excited. I hope they fit. They didn't, but I still flipped them for $20 plus $7.50 shipping, and it took about a month. And they had like a scuff on the knee. They weren't in the best condition. Sherpa Adventure Gear. Whenever I'm flipping through the racks and I feel something feels a little funny, I'll look at the material tag. This one was made out of hemp and yak. And the sold comps were only like $25. I listed at $25. I ended up selling it for about $19 plus shipping, but it sold really fast. And I'd never heard of this company, Sherpa Adventure Gear, before, so I think it might be a bolo. There wasn't many listed, wasn't many sold, so I wasn't that confident about my price at $25. Silver Suki jeans. I sold another pair. Sold a million pairs of these now. They're still worth buying. This one was a really good size, women's 16, which is kind of a plus size. I might have even put that in the title. Actually, it's not a plus size. I don't know. Ladies, tell me, is 16 a plus size? I think plus size might start at 20. I don't know. But the big size sold for $20 plus $7.50 shipping really quickly. Other silver items, if they don't say Suki, really aren't worth grabbing, unless they're men's. Pretty much all the silver men's jeans are worth grabbing. There's Taylor Stitch pocket tee that I found a week or two ago. Sold really quickly for $22 plus shipping. Sold comps for around $28, so if you're that kind of person who wants to wait for that, you can. Here's a company that I always price like at the very top of the market, and it sells like within a day. These ones I think I had listed at like $85, maybe $90, and they sold for $63.90. Super fast. The company's called Diesel. These are the Zatini. I don't know if I've sold Diesel women's jeans before, but their men's jeans sell really fast. And I think I paid $10 for those. Sold some Viore shorts, $25 plus shipping. I think I paid up on these maybe $12 or something at Eco Thrift. A pair of Ariat real mid-rise bootcut jeans. They're women's. Yeah, they flipped for $27.90 plus shipping. Pretty much any Ariat jeans are worth grabbing. Maybe paying up to $15 if you have to. If the size is right. Always check the sell-through rate and the size, but they do really well for me. Sold a pair of Lululemon Wonder Under Luxe 28-inch Bonfire, which is the color. full-length yoga perfects. They're basically Lululemon yoga pants. So flipped them for $36.70 plus $5.99. I think I paid $6 for them in the thrift. These ones, it was so hard. The color you can see, it's a weird color. It was really hard to figure out what the color was. Eventually I found ones that I think it's Bonfire. It was like either Bonfire or like Terracotta. They have weird color names, but that's what it was. Barbell, this is a company to look out for. It's one of those smaller little like Instagram companies, I think. And it's probably one where they don't like you selling their stuff on eBay, but I keep finding them. You can tell by this little logo here of a barbell. The company's called Barbell. Found this in the thrift for super cheap. Flipped it for $20 plus $7.50 shipping, and it only took like a day. And it didn't even have the name of the company on it. I was just already familiar with that logo. So if you see this logo, that's Barbell Apparel. Sold some Gramici corduroy climber pants. These took a while to sell actually, but I had them listed at like $45. They flipped for $37.41 plus shipping. Found them in bins. Gramici. This sold literally within 2 minutes of listing it. Oh, I hope it wasn't worth like $1,000. There was only one sold comp that looked similar that was like 170, but it had the slash through like they took an offer. And all the other ones that looked similar only sold for like $35. So I listed it at 140 thinking, okay, it'll probably sell for 35 in a year. But no, it sold within a couple minutes through the global shipping program for $145.88, and they didn't even take my 20% off coupon. They paid full price plus whatever the global shipping program is. It probably cost like $80 to get it. So maybe I could have priced this at $1,000 and it would have sold. It had stains on it. It's a cricket jersey, I guess. But yeah, look for cricket stuff. Oh, and the company's called ISC. This I only sold for $10, but I decided to throw it in here because it's a good little thing to look out for. If you find vintage swim trunks, they'll have this weird little like boxy style to them. The company on these was just called Hawaii. So it's kind of a no-name generic company. They probably sold them at like the ABC store in the 70s or something. But they still flip pretty quick during the summer. Just any, like they gotta be the real vintage ones. And even if it's a no-name company, you can still flip them. Sold a pair of FootJoy Dry Joys golf pants for $35 plus $7.50 shipping. Sold a Pearl Azumi cycling vest for $20 plus $5.99 shipping. Here's a little Bolo brand, I think. Not many listed, not many sold. The company's called Twillery, but on the tag it said athleisure, which made me look them up. Flipped for $30 plus $5.99 shipping. That's what the tag looks like. They were new with tags, so maybe used. It's not worth picking up, but new, I guess. Grab it if you see it. Sold some Vuori sweatpants for $43.90 plus shipping. Here's a Bolo for you. The company is called Be Present. You can see the little, that's what their logo looks like on the butt. But anytime I find pants that look like this, these are made out of cotton, not linen. But if they look like this, out of either of those two materials, maybe hemp too would be good, or lyocell, look them up. These ones were worth a lot of money. They were sold comps all the way up to like $75. These ones flipped really fast for $50 plus shipping. Paid $4.99 for them in a thrift store. And I have another pair that's new with the tags that I think I've listed at like $80. So pretty awesome. Rock Revival does really well. I think I paid $12.50 for these. They were like 75% off. They sold for $28.70 plus $8.30 shipping. You can see they got the embroidery on the butt here. That's what you're looking for. Here's a really good brand. The company's called Jamie Sadek. A lot of their stuff has a really high sell-through rate for women's. Prices are only between like $20 and $30, but it sells super fast. I've sold a couple of their items in the last week or so from Jamie Sadek. Even their shirts, I sold the shirt. This one sold pretty quickly for $20 plus $7.50 shipping. I could have gotten more, but this lady was so aggressive with her offers and her messages. I got her up from $15, fortunately, but it was listed at like $28, and she was like, will you take 12 for them? I'm like, no, sorry, I just listed them. Will you take 14? No, sorry. Then she starts sending the offers. And I'm declining. She just broke me. That's how you get cheaper stuff from me. Another lady broke me today too. These Lucky Brand jeans, they were like a really good size, like plus size, and I had them listed at like $19, and she just kept sending 7. She bought, mind you, she's bought like 20 other things. It was literally a like 15 item order, maybe a 9 item order. She bought all the junk from my store that I didn't want to sell anyway. But so I gave her them for 10 because she was just so aggressive. That's how you break me. You just keep going. You will push me over. That's what the logo looks like for Jamie Sadek, but it's a really good brand. And it's got that kind of like hiking material that's easy to spot in the thrift. Sold some 7 for All Mankind Dojo flare jeans. I like to include Dojo flare jeans and the Suki silver jeans in my videos because both those brands aren't that good for women's, but those models, I want to remind you, are good. The Dojo flare, these sold for $60.86, and you can look at 7 for All Mankind women's jeans, like they all sell for like $5 now, but this specific model sells for a good amount. This I found in the thrift. I saw this little tag here and I thought maybe this is a gay brand. Lots of gay brands sell really well, and these flipped really, really fast. I paid $5 for them. They flipped for 20 plus shipping, and there wasn't like much of a sales record on eBay. I just kind of had the feeling that they would flip fast, and they did. Sold a Dixon shirt for $30 plus shipping. It wasn't a flannel. They're flannels, you can get more money, and their swim trunks can do good sometimes. Sold an American Giant hoodie for $36.70 plus shipping. Here's another little women's brand. When I'm in the bins, like I said, I find any linen, I throw it in a pile. This was linen, threw it in my pile, and it turned out to be a pretty good company, Cut Loose. Most of the sold comps are between like $20 to $35, and this flipped really, really fast for $23.90 plus shipping. Cut Loose, there's the tag. Howler Bros, some tweaker in the Goodwill, like abandon their cart. They'll do this a lot. They'll grab everything off the shelves, and you're like, oh my God, because they're grabbing stuff that could potentially be good, and then they go to the dressing room, they get in an argument with the employee, then they leave their stuff and they yell about the government or something. And then I went to go look through the tweaker cart and I found this Howler Brothers hoodie, and it flipped immediately, like within a day, for $45 plus shipping. Found a Howler Brothers hat the other day too, which should sell for like $30. Sold some more Athleta. These ones were new at the tags. Oh my God, I probably spent an hour cleaning them because they were new at the tags, but they had a stain on them. So I like washed the bottom half of them like in the shower with Shout, and then like tried to hang dry them, but they kept leaving these like water lines on them. And so I had to take a blow dryer. Put way too much work in these. I should have just listed them with the stain, but I was committed. They flipped for $30 plus $5.99 shipping. With all the work I put into them, that wasn't worth it. I should have just sold them the way they are. They probably still would have flipped for $30. But yeah, Athleta's good. Here's a really good bolo. If you're a man, go to that women's shorts section. This was in the women's shorts section. They're almost always in the women's shorts section, but they are men's shorts. These are vintage OP corduroy shorts, and they flipped almost immediately for $50 plus shipping, and they had some stains and discoloration on them still. You will find these if you just always look at the women's shorts. It's one of the most lucrative sections in the thrift. I actually had a viewer sale. I've only had 2 viewer sales ever. I don't like to encourage it. I don't share my eBay. But thank you, lady. She bought 3 items, an Eli Cattleman Pearl Snap, some vintage Levi's, and a Knox Rose shorts for $40 plus shipping. Thank you. But I don't want you to go do that, because I feel like if people go to your store, not only is it going to kind of ruin your numbers with eBay, but it kind of ruins your credibility on YouTube. Like if you go to Harry Tornado, oh, I got a lot to say about Harry Tornado, but if you go to his, first of all, he pays way up on things that are not worth buying. He never looks them up. He never looks at the sell-through rate. But if you go to his feedback, it's almost all like, Harry, love your videos. I actually like calculated it one time, and it was like 30% viewer sales. So whatever he sells, subtract 30% of it. And he just doesn't know. I'm not going to talk about it. But he's the most popular reseller on YouTube. And he gives really bad advice. Anyways, that's all I have. Oh, wait, actually, did I already? I don't know if I already talked about this one. I sold the Selena t-shirt for $140. This was a lot of drama with my girlfriend because I showed her a picture of it. I was like, hey, check it out, because she loves Selena. But she only knows one Selena song. But she claims to love Selena. She really just loves the movie. But I showed her this. I was like, hey, Selena shirt. And it had some stains. I was like, if I get these stains out, I shouldn't have said it. I was like, I'll give it to you. And then she was like, okay, great. And then I looked up what it was worth. I did already talk about this, didn't I? And it could potentially be like worth $100 or $250 or whatever. Sold it for $140. She was pretty mad. I should have just given it to her. Like, it doesn't, $140 doesn't really make a difference in the grand scheme of things. So, Bubs, I'm sorry I sold the shirt. I promise you, if I find another vintage Selena shirt, this one you'll get. Unless it's like a $3,000 one. Anyways, my name's Big Yumbo. Thank you for watching.